The immortal John Hancock here. I just got back from Canada. I went up there and checked out the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expo. Had a lot of fun with friends. Got some excellent pickups. I'm going to show you a little bit of the show and show you what I brought back. Let's check it out. The show was held once again at the Anvil Center in New Westminster. Awesome looking building. It's fairly new and I was really excited to come back. As you can see, it was very busy this year. I noticed this. The lines were long to get into the show, but everybody seemed to be having a great time. Tons of great product. It was very diverse. Lots of Sega, lots of Nintendo, lots of Master System, lots of Coleco. Fairly decent amount of imports along with specialty items. That TurboGrafx case, wow. Zillion there. That is like a laser tag style game that Sega made, and using the light guns from Master System. But I was pretty impressed. There was a diverse amount of product for both people that were hardcore collectors as well as people just looking to fill in their collection. That Zaxxon tabletop there, nice. Really like seeing that. It's been a while since I've seen that in person. There was a lot of neat things on the show floor for sale. Rarely do you see an Aiden Chronicles prototype, which was purchased at the show. This gentleman was first in line. He was super excited to get into the show. He wanted to come up and share one of his holy grails. And I said, what is this? It's a Gunstar Heroes prototype for Mega Drive, of course. And he knew I was a big Sega fan. It was really neat to see this in person. I don't see many prototypes, especially for Mega Drive, so that was awesome to look at. SideQuest Games was there, in which Josh Hamlin drove me up to the show, and he had a copy of Sonic Adventure Limited Edition. SideQuest Games is a great place to go for games. Really neat to see that. Also, meeting up with some friends. This is a friend I've known a long time, and he was sharing his love for Intellivision with a modified shirt with a video screen showcasing some graphics from Intellivision. Pretty sweet. I had an awesome time at my panel answering personal questions about my journey with collecting, YouTube, future plans of the museum, and as always, people were super nice, and it was great to touch base with many fans in person. The volunteers are the reason why I keep coming back. These folks make the show personal and awesome. Every single one of them was extremely professional. I also got to have a lot of time with Radical Reggie and Kinsey up there, and it was great just to sit down, chat, not be on a time schedule, have some beer, eat some food. It was really, really nice atmosphere. And I really like going up to Canada for this reason. Big shout out and thank you to Brian of Game Deals, organizer of this amazing event. I totally recommend it to others, and I'm definitely coming back next year. Also got to visit Happy Console Gamer, and it's been a while since I've been up there to chat with him. So I took Radical Reggie and we went over to his place, and it was great to chat and just sit down and have a beer with him. I got some great stuff while up in Canada. First and foremost, I had a fan of the channel, Mark. Mark, thank you so much. And he donated Pushover Complete in Box. This was a box that I was missing for my Super Nintendo collection. And Xian's Revenge, which is a pretty hard box to get. My box was not in this excellent shape, so it was nice to have an upgrade to that. Disney's Party and Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. These are games that I was missing in my GameCube collection. Really happy to add those. Now, the next one was a donation from James. Thank you so much. This is a Mega Drive game that never was released here in the States. It was offered in Europe and in Japan, and it's Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair. Really happy to have that in my collection. It's an arcade port, and I can't wait to be playing that. And the next one I've been looking for a long time. Had a really reasonable price on it at the show, and that's Dune 2 Battle for Arrakis. This is a strategy RTS. It is complete. It's in really good shape. And what I like about it is this predates lots of other RTS and it's made for a console. It's excellent. A lot of games owe homage to this game because this was the first one to implement lots of things that RTS games do now. And so I'm really happy to have this in my collection, being a big Sega fan. This is by far probably one of the best pickups I got at the show. Warzone 2100, PlayStation game I was missing. And the last one was actually a donation from Happy Console Gamer. I actually got to visit him at his place up there. It was a lot of fun. Me and Reggie were talking to him, had a lot of good times. And this is Ramy Lore. It was nice to get this donation from him. Thank you very much. What I really like about Canada is it has a healthy dose of imports offered, and this year did not disappoint. And so I did pick up some strange things. I picked up 2 games part of the Wavejack series, and these were Famicom disc games that had extensive packaging. The first one is Missing Princess, and it had a pop star in it, and it was essentially a private investigative, like kind of like a sandbox, early sandbox style game. The game was okay. It was actually missing the game, but had some of the packaging, and so I picked it up. It was only about $7 US, and it had some of the packaging here. The other game, which is complete, and that's Galaxy Odyssey, and it's like a shooter, kind of like Guardian Legend. It has some like top-down action sequences, so it's essentially kind of a hybrid shooter adventure game. It's okay, but the packaging is amazing. This looks like brand new. It's like brand new cassette tape in package still. Really like getting that. Now down here I was able to pick up, there was lots of Famicom games out there, high end and low end and just kind of in between. I picked up these 4 for about $7.50 US. It was 4 for 10 Canadian, and I picked up Wagan Land 3. I got also Gakito Su Yonku Battle, and it's kind of like a Rally X game a little bit for Famicom. I had to get Tecmo Super Bowl, even though it's about the same. I thought that was cool getting the Famicom version. Love these variations. I like collecting Famicom carts. I don't have a ton in my collection, and so especially at the right price I was able to pick these up. And I got Super Mario Brothers 3. I have to clean up the cart a little bit, but yeah. And there was a vendor up there, Kevin, awesome guy, and he pretty much hooked me up with these. They were backup copies of Famicom disc games. Now, he pretty much was up front. He says, I don't know if they work. You know, he gave me a great deal on these. Essentially got them really cheap, next to nothing. He was very upfront about it. Some of them ended up not working, but some of them did work. And this is awesome. You know, this is kind of what was around back in the day. You know, there was a lot of backup copies of Famicom disc games, and I got some great titles. Some of them did work, including you know, the Super Mario Brothers 2, and so I'm really excited about playing this. I was most interested in playing that, and now I have a copy to play. Very excited about playing these. And of course, while I was up there, it was all about the deals at the end of the show, and Game Deals was liquidating some of their more common titles, and at the end of the show, that's right, they were selling these for $1 a piece Canadian. So I was able to pick up about 20 greatest hits titles for my collection for $15 total. I mean, that's an amazing deal. Many of these games were in great shape, so I was really happy to pick these up. This was one of my biggest pickups, and it was a really nice shape Canadian version of Telstar Combat. This is pretty hard to get. It is complete. I'm not going to unbox it, but I'm going to do another video and showcase that. I might post that video on my Facebook fan page. This is a pretty sweet device. It hooks up to your TV and plays a arcade version of Tank. A lot of fun, black and white, lots of parts to it. These are pretty hard to find complete, and was really excited about getting this variation. I always have a great time in Canada, and this trip did not disappoint. In fact, I would say it was the best trip up there. Lots of people, lots of fun, lots of games. There was a lot of fellowship, great food, great drink. A perfect trip. I would like to thank a couple people. I'd like to thank Josh Hamlin, SideQuest Games, for driving me up there. Had a lot of fun hanging out with Radical Reggie. Lots of fun up there. I would like to thank Brian of Game Deals. He put on the show with his amazing volunteers. Had an absolute blast up there. And, you know, it was great to have some fellowship. It also was cool on the side to chat with Happy Console Gamer and touch base with him. I haven't talked with him in several years, so that was awesome. And so it was just a great trip overall. I had a lot of fun, and I'm definitely coming back next year. I can't wait. I'm already thinking about it. Thank you so much. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. I would like to thank all the wonderful people for the ongoing support of my humble channel. This means the world to me. Thank you so much. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock. You take care.